Yo, what's up guys? It's Maverick here with another episode of the Millionaire Detective. And things are certainly getting spicy, aren't they? Now, I knew this arc was going to be quite interesting with things getting serious and all that, but so far it has exceeded my expectations. I certainly wasn't expecting this level of intrigue, and even though I was expecting corruption, I was expecting to involve the rich and powerful, maybe some political situations as well. I certainly could not guess at all that Takei, who is the current, I believe, chief of the first division within the police, was the perpetrator behind all this. And the way that they got this information as well, literally sort of manipulating his subconscious within his dream world in order for him to fess up. Man, it's just so cool, right? It does give a more of a, how can I put it? Like a blockbuster summer flick kind of movie kind of feel rather than anything continuous. But hey, it's entertaining, it's fun, and in the end, that's all that matters, right? So, in any case, let's get into this episode and see where the story's gonna lead us. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. And I suspect that we're probably going to learn a lot more about the Kanbei family as well. Maybe prove the innocence of Daisuke's father? Perhaps. Yep, starting with a flashback. Oh. Holy shit. Yeah. Yeah. Well, to be honest, I think I mentioned this before. Rather than, even though he does have the role of a police inspector right now, I would actually much prefer if he did these sort of illegal things as a personal individual rather than, being taken into police custody and then using some illegal means to extract information. You might think I'm being pedantic about this, but I firmly believe that there's a difference here between an abuse of, public power versus just a rogue vigilante, if you will. Dun 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 dun. Unlimited. Oop. This is the first time that. No. I thought that Kato would finally be able to eat at Kanbei's mansion, but apparently not. And I I don't know like how I really I don't know like how serious this series is gonna go, because honestly with all this talk about retirement and all that, like if this is a movie, I'm sure Chosan will be dead before the end of the movie. You know, nearing your retirement age and all that, that's just so many death flags. That's okay, you certainly have a lot of skill in sneaking around. Your level, yep. Why don't you just ask it what information it can give? Where exactly does your allegiance lie? Like, I don't get it. Is he afraid of his something happening to his family? Is he being, is he being blackmailed or something? I guess you can't really say blackmailed. Threatened. What? Holy shit. That's why you need the Internet Archive. Oh, Hattori served for that long? Okay. Oh, shit. It was him? I really don't think it's that simple. No. Definitely not. Hmm? No. Are they instead being monitored by the AI? Ooh. Right. Demo. You are certainly persistent, Chosun. But they're still using? Mm. Damn. Hmm. But if the AI knows about this, then wouldn't they also be one step ahead as well? Is it something to do with Hattori? Is it Hattori? Hmm. I feel... I know, right now, my number one suspicion is actually the butler. This is some pretty stupid security dudes. Oh. Oof. Oh. This is a drone research factory. Woo! Woohoo! Really? And this guy's just like walking. Who actually is it though? Or is it actually Grandma? Shigimaru Kanbei? Isn't that... Yeah, it's Hattori, isn't it? Wait, it actually is Shigure? Yeah. Wow, it is sugar. Alright. Bye-bye. He just wants to know who it is right before it all ends. Yeah, I don't think this is... What? I feel like Haru is probably going to... Yeah. Holy shit. Yep. 5. No, no, no. That's... Is that actually a clue? Well, Damn. Alright, see you guys after this. Well, that ending did not come as a surprise at all. Chosan finally bit the bullet. I'm not surprised at all. I've been saying for all these past few episodes, there are way too many death flags that he's been putting up, and it's about time. In fact, I'm already quite surprised that he survived for as long as he did. I thought he would have gotten blown up a long time ago in his car or something like that. But, yeah, he finally, like, I know this sounds heartless and whatnot, but honestly, he was asking for it with all the various death flags, like, oh, take it easy, you're almost going to retire, and, you know, this is the last thing I want to do, I've been searching for this case, and, you know, etc., 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 right? And also acting full of self-confidence and whatnot, in making light of the situation. Really not surprised at all. What was more surprising to me, actually, was Take actually making a last stand alongside Chosan as well. Because that, I don't really think makes logical sense, considering, you know, he already went so far as to, you know, directly sort of intervene within the case, you know, cover up some stuff, killing off key witnesses, and even here we can clearly see he's scared, right? Otherwise he would not be so nearly having a mental breakdown by the prospect and thought of, you know, being trapped here in the Kanbei family mansion, right? So, I don't know, I guess what they wanted to do was sort of give him a redeeming character, right? So in the end, he's still a good guy and something of that sort. But honestly, I think what would make more logical sense would have been for him to actually go for the escape route, but then still failing to actually escape, since, you know, their adversary, the antagonist, is actually Shigure Kanbei, right? Who owns the mansion. So he knows the ins and outs of the mansion. The escape route's not really an escape route, and instead it's going to be like a death trap for him, because Shigure obviously knows what that is, right? So I would have thought that he would have, Kaiki would have met his demise there, not really redeeming himself, but instead dying a traitor like he should have, right? I mean, it depends on what perspective you want to look at it, but personally, I feel like this was an easy out for him, to be honest. At least dying with honor, right? Oh, well, I guess that's a little bit harsh, because maybe he was, beyond this particular case, maybe he acted honorably and dutifully in all the other parts of his responsibilities as a police officer. But, hard to say about that. So, the antagonist turns out to be Shigure Kanbei, right? The father of Daisuke and the husband of Daisuke's mom, who was killed. So I guess this, from the events of this episode, it means that he really did kill the mom. I was so convinced, actually, that that was just a simple misunderstanding or whatnot, and Shigure was actually, he was actually there shocked and he was out to get revenge, but later he was also disposed of, maybe by a rival company or something like that. But considering that he is wielding a knife here and also, killing both Chosan and Taiki, I think it's pretty safe to say that he's probably the bad guy, right? So in this case, I think what actually transpired here was that, so yeah, he did kill the mom, but then, in order to live his life uninterrupted and continue his research uninterrupted, he probably faked his own death, and so then, using that opportunity to fade out from the public eye and then carry on with the research into that exotic material, right? And so that, that is, at least from what we can see so far, that's what we can infer. I guess maybe we can still hold out a little bit in the sense that maybe it's still a big misunderstanding and Shigure is simply doing what he feels is best in order to avenge his wife or something like that. But the chances of that are turning out to be very, very slim now. Also, we gotta talk a little bit about Daisuke's decision at the very end there not to return to the mansion in time, right? I guess that was more or less a judgment call. It did make him even more of an asshole than usual, right? Not so much Chosan and Taike. I don't really care about them, but Suzue, right? Like, there was no guarantee that she would have survived that ordeal, especially if this was Shigure, and you might say, hey, this is they're both family, right? They're both Kanbeis, and yet if he really was the antagonist, he already displayed that he could kill off his own wife. So, what's Suzue to him, right? So, kind of an asshole move there, to be honest. However, with that being said, though, would he have made a difference if he actually came back alongside Haru? I think this is a little bit more iffy, and honestly, I would be saying no, because even though we do see Suzue say, hey, the head of the family is able to have the highest level of privileges, the highest level of power, controlling the system, controlling a mansion, controlling all the Kanbei family assets and whatnot. However, as we can clearly see from the last few episodes, even Daisuke's authority can be overrode, right? So, that would make sense, considering that if Shigure is still alive, he should be the head of the family. And so, the system would recognize him as the highest authority in all that. This is typically how things go, right? You only have one person who has the highest authority. So, if they were actually going to come back fighting inside Kanbei's mansion, I really don't think they would have had any sort of advantage there, and the situation probably wouldn't have changed much. I guess you could argue that, with Haru's resourcefulness and Daisuke's resourcefulness and all that, an extra pair of hands, maybe they could have made a difference. But that is arguing semantics here. I'm just saying that if it really was going to be a showdown between Daisuke and Shigure here in the Kanbei mansion, Shigure would overwhelmingly win, because Daisuke's authority cannot override Shigure's. He cannot override his father's. So I guess that kind of makes it a moot point here. Still though, this is more of a sentimental kind of issue. Like, why are you so fixated on this that you'd even be willing to sacrifice everything else? Although I guess if we then try to look at it from Daisuke's perspective, right? He literally saw his mom killed before his eyes, and this is also a sort of grudge, a sort of thing that he's held for the past 19 years, right? You could also make the argument that, yeah, indeed, to him, nothing else matters. He only wants to bring the truth of the situation to light. Sort of like Chosan, who also has a complete disregard for anything else other than being able to complete this investigation and get to the truth of things, right? So in that kind of respect, they are sort of similar here. It's just, us as viewers and as bystanders and whatnot would feel that this is going a little bit overboard. So, yeah, that's it for this episode, and in the next one, well, obviously we're gonna have to fix the entire situation between Haru and Daisuke first. Maybe Daisuke is gonna open up a little bit more to Haru, maybe talk a little bit about his own childhood, talk about his relationship with his mom, with his dad. Hey, who knows, maybe child Daisuke was not like this personality at all, and he only turned into this once he grew up witnessing those kinds of events, right? It's sort of like a Batman sort of situation or whatnot. Seeing his parents get killed in front of him, and becoming an orphan, and then eventually becoming the sort of the rough person that he is. Maybe we have a sort of parallel to that situation here with Daisuke as well. Who knows? Who knows? And yeah, I think that's pretty much all we can go on for this episode. Right now, the biggest question to me is still, what exactly is that exotic material? Like, how is it so valuable and so important that you'd be willing to throw away so much stuff just in order to continue research on that? Like, are we talking about aliens here or something like that? It better be something like really, really important, because I think this already far surpasses anything to deal with monetary gain or anything like that. It's got to be something that's maybe even to the point of being almost supernatural or whatnot. It's got to be really, really, really unique in a way before I think this actually makes sense. And then even after that, what is the relationship between this and also the terrorist attack on the embassy, that country and all that? How are these things all tied together? There's still a lot to go through, right? So, in any case, we'll come back next week and see if we can decode a little bit more of this mystery. See you guys. Bye-bye.